hello, and hello. Good morning, Bo. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. It's another Friday. It's amazing how fast these weeks are going by, right? And we're already almost out of August, and we're going into September. Before you know, it's going to be Christmas and Hanukkah again, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it just goes so fast. And speaking of that, somebody just had a birthday yesterday. The big 6'8", and I can't believe 68. I mean, I feel like you're my age. You got the energy of a 20-year-old and the passion of a 21-year-old, right? So, today's show, we're not bringing on a guest to talk. We're actually going to dive into lessons learned over your journey of life, right? Like, you spent the last 68 years on this planet, and you have a passion for life and a smile on your face every day. And I think in times like this, people need that more than ever, right? Because I know I need that, right? I need to realize that it's all in the mind. We can control everything. Shit's gonna happen, but you got to move forward in the right direction, right? If you can make progress, like 1% a day, positive progress, right? At the end of the year, what have you accomplished? And I think that's kind of what I want to talk about. What have your biggest takeaways, over the 68 years? What has given you the success and the happiness in your life?
Oh my gosh, that's a pretty tall order, but I'll do my very best. I know I came to know about that this morning, so I did try to recollect my thoughts and everything. Thank you, everybody who watches us on Friday mornings, as you know, 9:30 a.m. We come to you live, Vinney and Bo show, and we've been doing it for quite a long time. Actually, I used to have another show, then we converted into Vinney and Bo show, and we are getting lot and lot more people following. Thank you so much. And please let us know where you are from. You're watching us. Tell us about you and what you would like to look into. And, it's about moving your business to the next level. That's what this show is about. So thank you, Bo. Yeah, I had a celebration yesterday, actually. I turned 68, and I really believe that, I've got about another 30 more years ahead of me, in my life. So 68 plus 30, it's 98. If I can reach about 98, that'll be awesome. But I'll do my best, my body, my mind, my soul. I really believe that, you have to be together to accomplish all those things. You cannot just do it, by yourself. I've been married 40 years, as you know, with Kanchan, my lovely wife. And that is a secret also, to be healthy and happy and happiness, have a life partner who is supportive, who is able to take care of, nice things for you and cooking and everything, and hold you grounded. That's the other thing. So let's talk about it. I wrote down few things, not to bore all our audience. The very first thing I wrote down was be kind to everyone and then uplift people around you. That has been a very big thing in my mind always, that definitely, people who are in touch with me, they should be feeling good about who I am as a person and my deals with them, the win-win-win situations and things like that. That's one attitude I have fostered over the years, and then the second one I wrote down was dream big. You got to dream big. I came into this country 40 years back, 44 years back, with $7 in my pocket. And it's amazing that once you come into a country like USA, land of opportunity, but you got to work hard. You got to work hard with some high goals and dreams so that you can accomplish those goals. And it has taken me a long time, as you know. I mean, I'm 68 yesterday, but it started. I had a humble beginning. I grew up in New Delhi, India, as you know, in one bedroom apartment. And, and with grace of God, now we have a big castle here, thanks to you for purchasing last year. But the thing is, you got to really set high, big goals, dream big, because if you don't dream big, then big things don't happen in life. I'm telling you, you got to really be dreaming big, and then have a focus and vision. it's so important that we want to see where we have been coming from and where we are today and where we want to go tomorrow, right? So that's something I think it has been. I mean, I've been a goal setter in my life. My friends tell me, who from my engineering school days and from my elementary school days or high school days or whatever we could say, they tell me, they said, Vinny, you were always focused. I said, really? I don't remember my childhood that much. But they said you wrote down goals and you really wanted to be nice to people. I think people, my friends tell me, who have been with me now 40 some years, and so on. So anyway, dream big, have a focus and vision, set high goals in life. I mean, the dreams are dreams. I always have said that in my podcast, in my book, the positivity book and everything, that, you got to really funnel down your dreams and set deadlines. Dreams become goals when you write them down. A lot of time we don't write goals down. I've been a big promoter of writing things down, on piece of paper. I can go back almost 40 years back. Some of the paperwork I have and some of the books I have bought, I write down the date I buy them, or somebody gifts to me, I write down who gave me the gift, things like that. Yeah, ask me some more questions. I've got a few other things.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. That's some really wise insight. And what I like about you too is that you still are learning every day, right? Like that's also a big thing. Like if I mention a book, a lot of times you've read that book, right? You have your favorite books, and I actually just took a 5-day course. It was called Call to Action. This gentleman named Michael Burnoff, and I knew nothing about the guy other than I heard him a few days earlier on Joe Polish's podcast, which is I Love Marketing. And Joe Polish is like an amazing. He has this group called the Genius Network, and he's got probably the best minds in this mastermind group. So when I heard this interview, I said, I'm going to go do this. And this guy, for free, spends 5 days with you, a couple hours a day over a phone. And this guy has taught me so many things. So it's great that, it's an ongoing journey, right? Like an ongoing journey of constantly, increasing your knowledge base. I mean, like look at it in just the real estate perspective that, like you started out with single family. Yeah. And then you said, this isn't going to cut it. You got into multifamily, right? And then as time went on, you started getting into other asset classes, right? Like our journey is to start somewhere, make progress, and then keep on going, right? I mean, you'll be making progress until 100 years old, right? You're never going to stop with that. So that's kind of like the mindset I get from you, is that it's to always study, to give back to others, and then take massive action.
Yeah, it's so right, Bo. I really do believe in that. Huge, huge, huge. Because, if we are not inquisitive, that's the other point I wrote down this morning. Be inquisitive, be an explorer, be a learner. Because at 68, I am so passionate to learn. Whenever something comes to me, I Google it right away. I go to YouTube. I mean, like Asana, right? I've heard about Asana for so many years. And even, I want to go to YouTube and learn what Asana can do for my companies and my teams and, people and so forth like that. Boy, in my office, there's a lot of sun is shining today, which is good. I love to have sun, but let's see here. Hey, look at those rays. Anyway, I'll move my laptop around, no problem. But yeah, so thank you for saying that. Setting high goals, dreaming big, having the vision, and then be kind to everybody, uplifting, like I just mentioned, And then the other part is never, never, never give up. Never give up. I mean, I think that is the real truth also in anything happening in life. Because if you give up, guess what? I mean, you have to start again and again and again and again. But, never give up mentality really gets you to places you want to get to. I really have always felt that there is always a solution to any challenge. And in my life, a lot of challenges have come. I mean, I can write a whole book. Everybody can write a whole book on challenges and the problems and the frustrations and everything. But if we just have that mindset of not giving up. That's huge thing, and be positive. Set your mind. Hi, Dylan. Hey, buddy. Oh,
Oh
look at
wow.
this. My buddies are in. Oh my gosh, I love you guys.
What's
Thank
up,
you
buddy?
so much. Hi, Derek.
Happy birthday, Vinney.
Hey,
Hey,
happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy
oh
birthday,
my
Vinny.
God, thank you. Thank you so much. Holy cow. I didn't expect all this, but we've been celebrating birthday whole week this week, by the way. My wife and I and our family. I feel like every day is your birthday. I really believe that, because when we get up in the morning, we need to be as excited as ever that today I'm going to make the best of today. I'm going to make the very best, giving positive energy out in the cosmos, I call, or everybody around us. But, thanks for joining. I would love to kind of ask you, as I'm going over some things, how do you think about Vinney Chopra? Am I doing okay?
Vinney,
Hey,
you do wonderful,
there you
man. You have, such an incredible mindset, and you bring so much positivity and light to the world. Seriously, every time I'm with you, it puts a smile on my face. So thank you for everything you do.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting this happening in the broadcast. Thank you so much. I know Derek is on the left. Derek and I have known each other for a few years now. And Derek, how can I get better, man? Oh, there. I think it's muted out.
He's muted. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mario is in there. Oh my gosh, look at that. I've got Sujata joining from Orlando also. I didn't know this was going to happen. But hey, Mario, how are you, brother?
good. Good morning, Vinny. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Holy cow. This is the grand finale of the weeks of, a birthday celebration. I turned 68. I really believe in my mind that I'm only 28. Literally, really, guys. I'm telling you, it's all in the mind, And no, thanks for joining. And, oh my gosh, look at Gaurav. Oh my gosh, Shweta is there.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. God bless you all. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I didn't know this was going to happen. But no, I'm very thankful to each and every one of you who have entered in my life. Of course, I thank Kanchan every day, my wife who entered 40 years back in my life. And then we have two children, Neil and Monica, as very well grown up kids with great principles in life and their value systems and everything. I think that's what the happiness comes from for me. And other happiness comes when I give checks out every quarterly to my investors and the equity money back to them, and double triple their money. That's when, and then giving to charities. That's the other thing. I think we love travel, so that's another good part. If I can have my wife travel more, and us all, I know. But no, thank you so much, guys. Love to ask Gaurav. Hi, Gaurav. How are you? How can Vinney improve in the next 68 years? If I live, hey, with the technology, I mean, organs are going to be, a thing of the past. They're going to be constructing organs. So who knows?
We'll just download your brain, Vinny.
Well, I think really, the positivity, really, I think that's the biggest thing that people need more of. I think, real estate, when you look at it from the outside, there's always challenges, but it's not rocket science. But really, it's the mindset thing, the mindset and the positivity for people that have kind of these like negative beliefs, right? Like they're intimidated by just taking action, and they're scared that they're going to make a mistake, and like they have to raise money from investors.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the biggest piece of all this is really to have that drive and that positivity to know you can do it, right? To know you can do it. That's the whole thing, right? If you don't start, you're never going to start.
I agree with you, Bo. That was my number 6. I just found out this morning we have no guest on the show. And John just said, Vinny, it's going to be some points about my life. But you're right. I wrote down be positive and set your mind. It's so important that we set our mind for success. I think, our friend, oh my gosh. No, I'm missing it now.
Senior
Anyway,
moment. Senior moment.
senior moment. Look at that, man. I know. Shweta said my brain. Usually, my brain is very empty, guys. I'm telling you. Kanchan asked me, "What are you thinking?" I said nothing. In my brain, I have nothing at all. I just concentrate on the activity. Then I open up my brain for that activity. Actually, really, to be true. So Luke is the guy. Luke ran. Sorry, Luke mentioned, in one of our mastermind that you got to set your mind. If you were going to make $10 million tomorrow, what kind of attitude you're going to have, and what kind of mindset you will have. For sure tonight that you're going to make 10 million tomorrow, or whatever, 1 million, whatever. But a lot of time we don't get up tomorrow with that mindset. So that's what he was saying. He says, you know what, if you could make 10 million but you cannot wake up tomorrow, how good that be? He said that's exactly what people do many times. They want to accomplish more, but when they get up tomorrow, they don't have the mindset to make that $10 million day. Wow. I mean, that is just a big number, of course, but billionaires and all that, they probably make that kind of money. But the thing is, you got to be setting our mind right every single day, every single day.
That's awesome. I love it. So everybody on that's joined us, what would you like to see the next year with Vinney? What guest speakers do you want on the Vinney and Bo show, or any of any other Vinney podcast he does? What would you like to see the next year that Vinney can help you get to the level where you want to go?
I'd love to see Kanchan on the show.
Yeah, Vinney and Kanchan show.
Just
She's
really
quite
pick that
shy.
woman's brain to see how, what it feels like to be the partner of someone who is constantly on the go and constantly positive, and how you guys both work together. Because I think several of us have significant others, and
Yes.
if you don't have the right kind of partnership or the right mindset, it can definitely impact how far you go, or how smoothly you get there. And so it would be nice to kind of see that element of things from that
No, I
perspective.
agree. I see your point. Definitely, Shweta. I would say definitely, Kanchan being the VP of the Investor Relations, Monica Chopra, our daughter, very much engrossed now, and she being VP of the operations, which I'm thinking about making her the president of operation and things like that. And then our accounting department, Anna Martinez and Rishi, and my attorneys, all that, the whole big team, and John Russo. How can I forget John, my buddy, my VP of the academy and partner in senior living, and Imran and everybody. I think, I'm just the face in the middle, in the front, I mean, all the team members make you happen. At the peak, we had 136 full-time team members in our companies. And then I cannot forget my other team with Anshu and Ash, and a lot of people, a lot of great people, who have been involved with me, and all the investors, hundreds of investors, 186 investors, and you guys. I mean, my tribute goes to all my, contacts, all of you who are in my circle of influence, and and so forth, who have really made me who I am today. I don't know. I have to just, thank everybody who really, because you are not able to accomplish things alone at all. Never will. And that's the exciting part. I can just make a list of so many people. I mean, it'll just be pages long. But you asked Shweta about Kanchan. She's a more private person. Actually, I had to start a business, Facebook, because she never liked my, stories on the personal page, Facebook. So actually, I don't post much there. I just started to post a few things there, but usually keep my business separate for personal life. But I definitely want to say, I wrote down, taking care of your body, it's a temple. I wrote down mind, body, and soul, and exercise and right meals and mental food. It's so important, right? So definitely, Kanchan gives me great mental food and keeps me grounded, and also nutritious food she cooks and everything, and the pleasure and happiness. I mean, those things are very, very important. You're right. I'm not alone in that. Thanks, Shweta. Yeah, I know, Gaurav. Thank you, buddy, for joining. Yeah. Uh,
It's so exciting, Winnie. I've grown tremendously being with you, learning in your shadow, and I would love to continue growing. I always tell everyone, even if I can get 1/10 the energy that Winnie transfers, I'll accomplish so much more in my life, right? Yeah.
oh. No, I mean, it's all collective. I think, yeah, the other thing I mentioned was, I mean, I'm just going over the points that I was asked this morning. I said also take good care of family roles and the relationships, that we always have to live as a total person. You cannot separate your roles from one place to next place to next place. We want to make sure we are putting each emphasis on all different roles. What you want to be remembered by when we pass away, the time, the travel, the savings, the needs, the charities, the family. I just wrote down a lot of things there. So it's very, very important that you are not just successful in business. You want to be successful in every aspect of your life: personal relationships, charities, and then our friends and all, so that when somebody passes away, money in the bank is not going to be remembered at all. I mean, it's going to be the relationships and the legacies we all leave. That's going to be more important. And paying gratitude, I wrote that, which I do every morning. Miracle morning, as you all know. Oh my gosh, Mike just joined in. Holy cow. So pay gratitude, thank the Almighty. I really do believe in God. I'm a very God-fearing person. That has helped me a lot, actually. And Almighty, if you have certain God or you believe or not, but there is that one Almighty who brought us into this world, and then we need to be really true to that person. The karma needs to be really good, not really taking advantage of other people and things like, but just living life to the fullest. God or creator, have faith and hope. I was also talking about have always faith, because I think if we don't have faith, it's hard to accomplish a lot of things in life, and hope is big thing too. You've got to hope for the better for everybody, like what we are going through right now through Corona. I mean, I really believe that the vaccine, with the positivity and what things are happening, hopefully it's going to come on the horizon pretty soon. And then I also wrote down, be enthusiastic and be productive each and every day. I always say that, right? I say move the needle. You got to move the needle and don't batter yourself. That's me. I mean, if I slip on things, I slip on a lot of things, right? But I don't badger myself. I don't scold myself. I just say, hey, so what? Life is such, you want to do certain things and some gets done, priorities get done, and some things at the bottom don't get done. So what? So don't sweat the small stuff. I read that book many years back, which really has helped me a lot to just keep my mindset, hey, you're doing your best every day. So some things will get accomplished. The idea is to make sure we accomplish the right things every day to get productive results. Hey, Mike, how are you, brother?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We are doing okay. This has been a surprise morning for me.
Yeah, happy birthday, my friend. I was trying to. The link was jacking up on my phone, so I switched over to my computer. So I was hearing most of the bombs you were dropping, and thank you for Bo or John or whoever put this together. Thank you guys so much. This is great.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I want to show you this. This is just kind of what Vinney was saying, and it's an RPM gauge, right? And this was kind of one of my takeaways from this course I was taking. And a lot of people are in the 1 to 2, right, on the RPMs, which means they have an idea, they just never work. They never even get out there, to take a step forward, right? They're in their comfort zone and they'll never push the envelope. Then you got like the 3 to 4 RPM, right, where like they're starting to go out of their comfort zone, but there's ups and downs, right? They might have an idea, or they might go to the gym and they might work out for a month and then they quit, and then they start back and then they quit. Those are like the 3 to 4s. Then there's people like that are in the 5 to 6 range, right? These are high achievers, but the problem with the higher achievers is that they're sometimes more frustrated than everybody else because they're out of their comfort zone, right? But they're banging their heads against the wall. A lot of entrepreneurs are in the 5 to 6 range, right? But the goal is to do stuff outside your comfort zone. So like this course, basically, it got in my head, like, how we all make a to-do list in the morning, like this is what I want to accomplish. Mm-hmm. The guy basically says, don't do that. What you want to do, the things that move the needle. Okay. Like for the last 10 years of your business, you've been doing the to-do list and it's only gotten you somewhere, right? You're frustrated, right? You got to do you got to do the 7.5 RPM things, right? And that's out of your comfort zone. So if that means Derek shooting a video for his book, but he doesn't like to do videos, he's stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things like that, right? That's what's going to move the needle for all of us. So I kind of love this.
That's very profound, very profound.
Yeah.
What you just said, Bo. Wow. And you went through this. Can we put it in the somewhere? I know John is there. John, buddy, come on in too. Please join us, the party. But I'm just saying that what was that you just did, Bo? We could, yeah.
Sure, yeah. This is well, let me read you a quote first by Brian Tracy. Move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. Brian Tracy, right?
Yeah.
And then so the guy's course I took was Michael Burnoff, and I knew nothing about the guy, but he is amazing. Like I heard him on the Joe Polish podcast.
Uh-huh.
I love marketing, but Michael, he does it. Michael is like kind of a real deal. I mean, I don't want to equate him to Tony Robbins because he's completely different, but Michael's like an NLP. He's like amazing communicator, and he teaches you how to get side, like, because a lot of us get stuck in the 5 to 6. We're all on this call, we're all high achievers, right? Mm-hmm. But some of us are frustrated. Like I know I deal with frustration all the time. It's because I'm looking at the same list every day and I'm not doing the 7.5% RPM thing. And that's kind of like a huge takeaway. But anyway, somebody's got feedback, but he does a free 5-day course, which is called Call to Action. And it's very interesting because he does it all by telephone. It's not on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
And he finds that people actually listen and take in the concept better because we get too distracted on Zoom now, right? Like, so anyway.
I'll be done. No, thank you.
Hey, Vinney, this is Derek. I think I got my audio fixed, but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and just thank you for being you and for being such a great mentor to every one of us here. Just such an inspiration, not even only in what you're doing with apartments, but just in life in general. So thanks for everything that you do. Really, really appreciate that. And just wanted to wish you personally a happy birthday this week.
Thank you.
And then before I jump off for a call that I gotta run for, Bo, you're asking about some topics or some things to bring in the future. What I would love to see is maybe someone from CBRE that does research that might be able to tell us like what emerging markets they're seeing from all the connections they have, or what kind of economic trends they're seeing for multifamily and for other commercial.
That's awesome,
so
Derek, that you brought that up, because Vinney and I had the same conversation that we wanted to bring in brokers.
Yes.
Different emerging markets and do it at least once a month. Like let's say have a broker in Austin, Texas, or have a broker in, St. Louis. So wherever, right? These markets, so we can actually start understanding that, because a lot of it's just getting the basic understanding of what are the key drivers of that market and why should we invest there.
So true. So
Love
true.
It, man.
Thank you, Derek.
Love
also,
it.
it's after
Thank
the
you, guys.
COVID. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. It's so true that great opportunities are on the horizon for us. We got to first believe in it, and it's going to happen, in every facet of real estate. I know some will be shrinking, some will be expanding, but I know we always talk about multifamily because that has really made multi opportunities for everybody. So it'll be terrific that we bring about, just like Derek said about it. You bet, you bet. Mike, what would you like, buddy? I know you have a great show and such a great everything. Share with us your perspective, bud.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. First of all, the amount of content you put out, Vinny, for all the podcasts you're doing, plus all the real estate, you need to do some productivity training is what you need to do. But and I'm serious about that. How you do and manage it all is actually very impressive. So that being said, but I also I love the emerging market. I love I think it's always good to do some training even from brokers of talking. How do brokers like to be reached out to? So how we can connect with brokers in those emerging markets, and which brokers can navigate that discussion versus just calling them and saying, "Hey, I'm an investor," kind of thing. Then you get the deals that everybody gets. And so, how you do that. And so that's really good. And, just even some people that talk a little bit about when they did their first big deal.
Yeah.
Cause I actually had a call with a guy the other day. He's got, he has $1.5 million to invest.
Wow.
And so I have 2 leads on $1.5 million investors, and they're interested in buying a 100 to 125 unit apartment building. I've never done a deal that big. It scares the living crap out of me to take that kind of money and invest, but to do that. And I know that's a mindset thing. So to do that first deal, what you have to know going into it, that's a scary thing. So that for me personally, but that's just me.
But no worries, we are in the mastermind, and we'll take you through the whole thing. You bet, buddy. I know it was very trying for me. 14 units. I still remember those shivering.
Yeah, I know, right?
$180,000. I remember 12 years back. We said, "Are we doing the right thing or not?"
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where it's just. And I'm talking to a guy tomorrow about a 110 unit deal in Charlotte. And so because I know that's a really, really good market.
North Carolina, I'm very big on it. Very big on it.
So anyway, have you ever heard of by the way of Capstone?
Oh yeah, Capstone. Actually, I know some brokers over there in North Carolina. Just text me and I will put you in touch with them. I think
awesome.
I might even have in my database somebody over there.
Sure. Yeah.
I know the one is Waterford, I think, or Water something. I know the president of that over there also. He's got 3 brokerage places. He comes out with a lot of good product. And as a matter of fact, I want to say shout out to my friend Dylan Marma. He sent me a package and I'm going to invest in it. Actually, mobile home park.
Nice.
He is buying, and it's a 20% return. I can't believe it. I would love to. So I have already committed myself to him.
Oh,
and
nice.
Tremendous 162 pad, and he's associating with a person who is very, very strong in mobile home parks. So it's good to really associate with somebody who's got a lot of experience if you don't have much, right?
Yeah, right.
So I'm very, very excited about it. And they're raising only 2.2 million. They got, I think, million already committed in a few days.
Wow, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of wise. Like, so here's Vinney. He hasn't invested in mobile homes, but he's going on as an LP, right? Because then he'll learn.
LP.
He's going to learn it, right? He'll learn the processes, and that's like sometimes like the mindset of people that want to get investing. Like, why go buy a building for your first time, right? Like when you can invest with somebody that's got a track record and you can like pick their brain, right? And so what Vinney will do is he'll invest in it. If he likes it, he'll dive into it. And what will he do? He'll find the biggest and best to partner with, and then he'll blow it up, right? Because it's true. It's true, right? Like if you look at what he's done in assisted living, right?
Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful, Bo. You said about assisted living. I'm so fortunate that thanks to John and Shahid, and I mean, we are going bonkers. I mean, we are just going to have 4 projects coming up in the next 4 months. Hold
That's
on.
amazing. That's
4
amazing.
products next 4 months, and for 20 million raise, we could do it. And we just did 16 million right now and 8 million before that. So, bringing money is not a problem. I think it's going to be very, very exciting. The big thing is the mission, right? Bo, the big thing is I sent out messages in the universe. I always say that for the last 2 years, how can I get into senior living? How can I get into senior living? And here God gave me on a silver platter, John Rusin and Shahid Imran. Look at that, So things happen. Things
That's
really
great.
happen.
So good.
That's the way of the world, right? Like that's like the universe talking to you. Like when you're like, maybe it could be that you're not in the position you want to be in life, right? And you're down to your last couple bucks and you're really motivated to be in real estate, and you quit your job a year ago and you thought you were going to do all these deals and you ended up not. But something, right? You got to leave your antenna opened out, because if you leave kind of like I'm not a huge component of The Secret, but I do believe in a lot of aspects of that book, where it's like, if you're sending out positive energy and your communication channels are open, right? You're going to be receptive to different avenues and partners in your life, right? Like,
Totally.
and that's the thing. And here's the thing, right, Mike? Like, if you found a drop dead awesome deal, and even if you're intimidated as heck on it, what are you going to do? You're gonna bring that to Vinney if it's like a big deal, right? But it's like a home run deal. Sure. And he's gonna say, okay, stay on, but let me run with this, right? And there's guys out there like Vinney, right? Because that's like the whole thing. If you can find the deal, right, you have avenues. You've got a network now where you've got those resources.
Right. I know we almost got another deal in Austin. I know I'm closing that 35 million one in next 2 weeks or so. I wish that deal from my students would have come a little bit later on. I would have jumped in. I just found out 14 investors are invested in that deal, and the price went up by $3 million.
Oh,
holy cow. That's another one near the domain, another lead for 264 units or whatever it is. But I just found out yesterday or day before, the price has gone up. The drive to purchase that deal is so much that it's risen up $3 million. Can you believe it? From 28 million to 31 million.
Well, yeah. That, what's crazy is that in this market that's happening, but that's Austin as opposed to, I think, a lot of other markets, right? Like that people are I think there was some value add component of that deal, but still people are essentially, I don't know if the word is paying too much right now, right? They're paying on the upside of it because they truly believe on it. They're not paying what it's worth. They're paying for the potential of it, which is aggressive.
So true. So true. If you have a good business plan, you're right, Bo, and you have done good due diligence, mathematically, all these conservative numbers, because you can be in trouble also. You got to really be conservative right now. But the big thing I'm also realizing, Bo, is that we are shutting down our old company, Ideal Management Company Group, and also we will be toning down our Monil Management Group also, by the way, because we are finding by giving to local third party management may be a better solution at this juncture in my life, because then I can concentrate on doing bigger projects and holding these great companies. We do very good interviews to find out what we want them to do for us and everything. So they will be managing the assets and we'll be managing them. See? So that way it's like, delegating the managing of the day-to-day operation to these companies. Like I just did it for Atlanta, Georgia. Just in the last 2 weeks, it's been wonders what has happened, because I could not travel to Atlanta. And our staff there, our own payroll staff, was ripping us off. Look at that, and they had wrong things and not professional. And during COVID, they were, we just found out from shopping the property what was going on there. So it's good to really change. That's what I want to get to you, change your attitude, change the thing. look outside the box. Don't be stuck in one thing. That's how I believe in it. I mean, there is a better solution always. So we are very excited now in Austin. We have interviewed 3 companies and we found Carlton is their name, I think. And we have hired them now to manage our lakes, the property we are purchasing. And then our 2 team members are right there in Austin. And there are 2 other ones in Dallas. So very close knit group that we'll be able to manage. And same thing we are looking in Florida now too, because why not let them, do their job correctly and make sure that they drive their NOI and all the, different projects. Of course, you could put as many benchmarks, I call it, right? 2,000 or more, we need 3 bids. 2,000 or more will be approving. We don't want any tack down of extra, profits onto our bill by the property management companies. That has been the biggest trouble, right? They always tack 30%, 20%.
Right.
Not all of them, but so you could set parameters and you can get as much involved and write it out in the property management contract what you want them to accomplish, because the property management companies work for us. We don't work for them, right?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what we deal with, especially in the single family market, right? Is that something goes wrong with the house and they go out, they're sending their guys out there, right? They've got a margin on their stuff. So it's really, you really got to watch that, especially in the single family realm. But even in the big property stuff, it's like if they're marking up everything, it's you got to be careful, right? And that's where you really lose.
Yeah, so true, so true. And you got to look at each line item, of course. Maybe I should do a good thing on all P&L items. There has to be variances, there has to be budgets, there has to be POs, there has to be full authentication of the work getting done, what the scope of work was before and after pictures. I mean, everything can be really nicely tracked, is the word, by each unit, and make sure that the work orders are done. I mean, so the systems I have built over the last 12 years, we are trying to put the same systems as we are managing these now third-party companies.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it 'cause, yeah. Go ahead, Mike. So
No, you go ahead. But I was just going to say, I would think that the managing of another vertical business would be harder than somebody that would treat that business as their own, as long as you could find a good third party.
Exactly.
Because it takes a lot of team building and team management to manage your own managers versus somebody who owns that management company as their company.
But you're right, but see, we are holding meetings and we will be holding meetings weekly,
Sure.
time, and there'll be parameters that we're going to look at: delinquency, retention,
Sure.
90 days out,
Yep.
no notice to vacate, work orders. So Monica, our daughter, has designed so many great systems, which, we do it through Google Sheets, we do through reports, the dashboards and things like that. And we have full accountability of our team and our accounting to reconcile everything. So we have kind of built a mousetrap to make sure that we can, look at all the systems so that we feel comfortable what charges they are making are the right charges, right? And the job
Absolutely.
done, and we are not getting ripped off. All those things are so important, because you just can lose thousands and thousands of dollars literally by just not keeping a site, and make sure that everything is being truing up. We call reconciliation and truing up and all that stuff.
I that's the biggest mistake I've ever made in real estate, is hiring the wrong property management company. Cost me more money than anything. Thank God Bo actually helped me out and turned me on to his in South Bend, and she's been a dream compared to my last manager.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. So
yeah, I mean, South Bend is a difficult market. I mean,
it is.
We like it because the cash flow is ridiculous if you can get it under wraps. But
It's fantastic. Yeah, cash flow is great. Yeah, we actually got called about because we knocked down that 780, that building that was 780 grand. We got called by a guy the other day, wants to sell us right next to Notre Dame. He wants to sell us his 8-unit, 1.37 million, but he's selling it on a cap rate based on student housing. And I'm like, dude, I can't buy based on student housing when I don't know what colleges. Notre Dame just sent everybody home. They're going virtual now.
Yeah, I know.
And so I'm like, dude, I can't buy on a cap rate of student housing.
Smart, very smart. I think it's going to change the picture. College Station, Stanford, even, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
All these colleges, when you get a degree online, holy cow, and be in the comfort of
half the cost.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if he could sell it, we ran the numbers. We came back to him. We said, we have to run the numbers at traditional rent.
Yeah.
And it cap rates at, 8 if we sell, or 7.5 if he sells it at 9.25.
Wow.
But he didn't want to come down that low. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what investor, at least that knows what they're talking about, is going to come in at a student housing cap rate right now.
Wow.
I don't know.
We need to be very conservative. I would really, really highly recommend everybody to keep your cash ready, get your investors ready, because in the next 6 to 12 months, so many great opportunities are going to come to us.
Yeah. I agree. I
mean, we are buying them conservatively, whatever we are buying. And then I'm very excited about senior living because we are doing ground up, right?
Yeah, right. And
that way it's A++ luxury, which is no comparison to the senior living where we are building them. So that's exciting. The other thing, which just the third business, Bo knows, and a lot of you know, also is my other business where we were selling this assisted living, beautifully made and run to REITs, the real estate equity trust.
Yeah, right. Investment trust.
Now we are not investment trust. We are not going to sell to them, but then Shahid and I will be buying them ourselves because we have the bandwidth. So thanks to Bo, he's getting us all kind of loans, guys. Listening to us right now, and later on, as you know, we are on 5-6 channels. I think it's going to be 11 channels pretty quickly, right? StreamYard is going to go live on 11 channels, Bo. Is that right, buddy?
Yeah, you still got to get approved on LinkedIn, though. That's the challenge. LinkedIn is difficult.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. So we should really find out and then, surely maybe we'll expand on that. But the biggest thing is, if you are looking for some great loans, closings and things like that, Bo is the guy. That's why we do this show, Vinney and Bo show. I'm the syndicator. I'm also in the positive thinking and all that stuff, which I wrote the book. But I'm trying to get to now into wealth building network of investors and also into the podcast world, and really delegating a lot of great things to our virtual assistants. And that's something, Bo, we should teach also, I think,
Yeah. So what we're going to do too is like a lot of the things that Vinney and I are working on, for our teams and to make our lives easier and grow our businesses, is to outsource work, right? With VAs from other countries. And it's amazing. Like for example, I have one virtual assistant that I pay roughly $6,000 a year, but $6,000 a year in the Philippines is like a $40,000 or $40,000 job here, or $50,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
but so just put your perspective. This VA, all she's doing is outreach for me, right? So she's making contact to people that they want to either sell I'm looking for the loans, but also some of them come to me and say, hey, I want to sell this property. So then I can flip it to one of my investor buyers or one of my brokers. But the point is that if I spend $6,000 a year and I have a full-time VA, harvesting lead after lead after lead, and you could take the same model, like for Vinney, if he wants to build his investor base, or if Mike, you want to buy, if you want her to find you some deals in South Bend, some multifamily deals, you can have them pulling this data and soliciting these people off market, right? So that's what we're doing, essentially streamlining this and using tools like Asana and screen captures, and it's all automated. So every day I have people reaching out. See, in the past, I didn't have that. I was doing all the heavy lifting, right? Now it's automated.
Yeah.
It's automated. Without you having to think about it, it's done. And that's why I like the fact that Vinney, like, even though you might be able to run the property management business a little bit better, if somebody could do it at 80 or 90 or 85% of what you're able to do it at, but you're able to kind of focus on big picture.
Yeah.
And right. And also you're if you're getting distracted with stuff that's property management, I mean, you need to know as the sponsor, and you need to address it, but from a higher level, right? Sure. And so now you're freeing up more time, which means you're going to be finding better deals and bringing more opportunities to your investors. And that's why you get paid the big bucks. And that's what we should all look at as, as the best use of our time in your current situation. Like before it made sense, but now you're getting to a level where you need more time to raise money and do more acquisitions.
Did you say $6,000 a year? You're paying them $500 a month. Is that the deal?
Correct.
Yeah. So what would that look like to reach out to investors? It's such a relationship based business. What does that look like, do you think?
Oh, no, you don't really. I mean, maybe, you could train them to get some. I'm sorry, I just jumped. Getting some nice newsletters going.
Okay, gotcha.
Getting some the investor portal. Of course, you want to only give them very specific
guidelines,
which are sensitive, not giving them the email addresses and all that they can sell or things like. So you have to be very careful. But the key thing is you can outbound to get more investors in, of course.
Yeah.
That's where we are talking about.
Yeah.
Become your investors, then only my wife and Kanchan and I and my VP of finance, they only know their particulars,
Yeah. So basically I'm pulling data of multifamily owners across the nation with my VA and then they're sending emails from me to them. And then once I get a response back, I take over the messaging, right?
Wow.
So you can basically do that for anything. So if you're a real estate investor buying single family homes, you could have your VA setting up your investor care lead website. You can have them going on to Zillow and Craigslist and scraping data and then submitting offers. Like if you're buying single family homes, right?
Sure.
Off market stuff. So you can automate, and that's where you really use them. When it comes to the high kind of confidential stuff, that's where you have your own team do it. But for as outbound lead generation, you should be outsourcing everything. Mike, you have a podcast. You should have a VA be doing all that stuff. It should be automated, right? And that's what we do, and we're doing it every day. We're learning a new technique to do it at a higher level.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I think one of the next things is having Ramesh. I think he quoted me to run my YouTube channel, editing and thumbnails and do some social media. He quoted me $1,000 a month. And so
they do everything. They do everything there. And, of course, now I want to bring Bo in because Bo has started a wonderful mastery Thrive. What's it called, Bo? It's about LinkedIn because LinkedIn is not a recruiting platform anymore at all. It's a business contact and lead generation platform. So Bo has started with Bill, his partner, a beautiful business, which I'm also in it now with him. And so that we can perfect it and bring it through automation.
Is it using LinkedIn for lead gen, or what is it?
Yeah. So basically, you build this is a quick run of it. Build a high level list of your target avatar contact that you want to connect with, and then connect with them. And then it's all automated. So your messages are all automated. And then you take that data and then eventually put it into your CRM. And we also have cold emailing systems because a lot of times you can't send cold emails because the bounce rate and things. So it's kind of a systematic approach. But, from a perspective of just using LinkedIn is that, I was reaching out to multifamily syndicators to try to get their loan business. I clicked on somebody's profile and I didn't even connect with him at the time. He ended up connecting with me. I shot him a message and now I have a $17 million loan in my pipeline because of that.
Wow.
So, just look at it if you're, if you're trying to raise capital or you want, but at the end of the day, you can't be spammy. You got to bring value, right? That's the end of the day. Nobody wants a spammer. They want, hey, like what I do is I invite people to my events. Like, hey, I do a show weekly with Vinney, and I also have my own Facebook group with 12,000 members in it. And we interview a bunch of badass real estate people, and would love for you to come in and join us, right? And then a lot of those people too are worthwhile to interview, right? So you interview them for your show. And then also, Mike, for you too, is that you have your show now. You also want to get on other podcasts, right?
Right.
So you also have your VA doing podcast outreach. You can get on other people's shows, because at the end of the day, you want people in your space to know you, right?
Yeah, of course.
And that's the end of the day, because then people start coming to you, right? And like that's some guy came to me a couple of weeks ago and he had a $65 million loan request. I have no idea how he knew me, right? I think it was LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or maybe he heard a podcast, or maybe he heard Vinney bragging about me. I don't know. But
yeah, right.
That's like the secret of it. So we're creating systems. We're actually doing. So Bill has been my marketing guy for 10 years, and then I was like, Bill, we got to like help other people, and that's what I'm helping him.
Yeah, no, that's great. Is your real estate meetup group going live yet, or are you guys not live yet because of COVID?
Yeah, we're not live yet because of COVID, but we just stream. A lot of streaming. I mean, streaming's here to stay.
It is. Yeah.
Of course. I only ask because I'm when we get out to Phoenix, I'll only be about 4 or 5 hours from you.
Yeah.
Oh, to Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be there. Yeah, I'm actually waiting to hear back on an offer we made on a house today, so we might be out there sooner than later.
I'll tell you what, there's Phoenix and Scottsdale is like another hot spot for. I mean, first of all, Phoenix or Arizona in general is growing probably one of the fastest growing states besides that in Texas.
Everybody from California is coming there and to Vegas.
Yeah. And so, but there's a shitload of entrepreneurs in Scottsdale. I mean, it's one of those like markets. Same thing with San Diego. You got Silicon Valley, you have San Diego, seems to be a hot spot for these kind of like entrepreneurial types, and then Austin, obviously. But Phoenix, I mean, you're going to make great contacts. There's huge connections out there.
That's actually one of the reasons why we're moving there, is because I think it will up-level the network on another level. And I'm actually going to start a meetup group. I'm going to start a real estate meetup group for busy entrepreneurs when I'm out there.
Very nice. Very nice.
That are not in real estate. And so they're kind of hoping and praying that Wall Street will help them retire.
Yep. And I mean, the thing is, thank you for saying that, Mike. I think all of us can be on that bandwagon to really educate, our seniors, our investors, how tax ramifications can happen, how they can do self-directed. $28.6 trillion is in retirement funds. It's ridiculous. And it's gone so high. Look at what the, stock market, 28,000. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go, but I just wanted to say it's been 58 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody who joined today. And also, Fadi asked me about the hotel industry going forward. I would say, Fadi, at this time, you have to be very careful. As you know, the tourism has really dropped down. We bought Hilton Garden Inn with the grace of God. I'm so thankful we are 100% occupied still. Can you believe it?
Awesome.
Yeah, in Texas, and we got refinancing done during
Good for you, man.
Thank you. Because they chose our hotel to bring the acute care or something, nurses and doctors and all who had to be in that particular city. So they had to be heard together or something, whatever. And they signed up for 6 months or whatever. So that's why we got lucky there.
Awesome.
But thank you guys for
Thank you, Vinney,
for joining today.
Thanks for putting this together, Bo. I think you did it, but thank you very much. And,
thank you.
Gaurav, I see you there. How you doing, Gaurav?
Yes. Bo and John, and you guys were amazing. I didn't know all these people will show.
Happy birthday, my friend. You are an inspiration. I'm thankful for you.
I'm getting elephant shirt. I just got it.
Yeah, I see. You're always rocking those shirts, man. You're bringing sexy back with those shirts.
You know what? I'm thinking, with all the businesses Vinney's got, I honestly can see a clothing line.
Yeah, why not?
And
Yeah, absolutely.
it's geared to active professional Indian men, right? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
cause you got like the really like hip elephant shirt on. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, like
Oh my gosh. Oh my
you're,
gosh. Oh
you're
my
gonna
gosh.
like you're gonna bring that back to like mainstream. All of a sudden, you're gonna be at Nordstrom's. You're gonna be seeing like a
Yeah, dude. You
section of
can,
like Indian attire.
Indian attire. You can pull that off. If I put on an elephant shirt, people are gonna be asking me, "What the heck are you doing, dude?"
Yeah,
You
I
can
know.
pull that off. Bo and I can't do that.
No, I just love, especially, I'm a shopaholic. I can
Yeah.
confess that. So I've been ordering so many shirts. Every shirt I like, I said, let me order that. The package comes every day, one shirt. Content will tell me, so I've been thinking, what the heck, and I can wear a few days and then I can give it out, Yeah, why
There
not?
you go.
Oh,
There you go, my friend.
Thank you,
All
God.
right, take care, guys.
Thank
See
you,
you guys later.
everybody.
Thank you all very much.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Vinny. I'll catch you later.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You're
Bye.
awesome. Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.